get this going here. It is kind of dark. I'm gonna turn the lights on for once in here, maybe. All right, let me make sure this is up and running. All right, looks like we're good. Welcome everybody to Rocket Fuel Weekly. So we do this once a week and we do teaching, coaching, training on sales, marketing, results, all the things. And today we're going to be talking about something specific in Genie Rocket. I'm actually going to show you a campaign I launched yesterday and how it's working. And this is for if you have an existing list and you're trying to generate a response and then a response back to their response. But you want to send it to a lot of people and you don't want to have to like one by one email folks back or just be like manually trying to sort through, well, who said what and how do I find them quickly? So let's go through that real quick. I'm going to show you what to do and how it works, all inside Genie Rocket. So if you're joining on Zoom or you're joining on YouTube, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. And we're going to talk about results for you. Okay, so let me share my screen. We're going to be diving into Genie Rocket, and I'm going to show you how this is all set up and working. All right, so Genie Rocket powered by High Level. You can see we created an automation here. So why this is important. So if you are trying to re-engage your list of people, if you've got a bunch of leads or past customers or people you met at networking or wherever you got them, it doesn't matter, but you're just trying to reach back out to them. One, remember that people are only thinking about themselves, right? Like they don't want to just hear about your business and something new that you have. We always need to answer the question of like, what's in it for them? If I'm emailing and reaching out, why? Why does it matter to them? What's going to make them want to open it? Where is the value for them? And it's got to be more than just a discount or a price or something else. So if we're sending out an email, the first thing you need to think about is the strategy of what can you do to give value to folks? And then how do you reach out to them with value? So what does that mean? Well, let me show you an example. So this is one I sent out yesterday. It says, want to be featured on my new business growth podcast. That's the subject line. It wasn't, um, X amount of spots remaining, or get a deal on this, or X percentage off, or hey, did you sign up for this? It's asking them, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? So one, we're adding value in the subject line. The content is, I'm launching a brand new business growth podcast designed to spotlight entrepreneurs and share the exact strategies that help businesses generate more leads, close more sales, and scale faster. Here's why it matters for you. Again, being very clear. If they're reading this, they're like, why am I reading this? Why does this matter to me? We want to answer that question. You'll get practical, proven insights you can apply right away. If you're featured, your business gets free exposure to a growing audience of owners, leaders, and potential customers. It positions you as the expert in your space while giving you fresh marketing content you can repurpose. Pretty cool. And then what is the ask? What am I asking people to do? Real simple. Reply one, if you'd listen to the podcast. Reply two, if you'd listen and would like to be featured as a guest. So I'm running an honest poll here as I'm thinking about starting this podcast to be like, does anyone care? Like, would you actually listen to this? Or would you listen to it and you'd actually want to be featured on it? So it was just reply with one or reply with two. This is going to be a high value platform. Not only gives you actionable tips each week, but also highlights real businesses and their stories. Excited to see your reply. P.S. When you reply, I'll hook you up with access to my private BAM community where I drop extra trainings, resources, and behind the scenes tips to help you win more leads. So again, what we're doing is like value stacking. Hey, do you want to be featured on the show? Here's why it might be good for you. Here's how to reply and let me know. And I'm also going to give you more free value just by replying. So the only thing I'm asking them to do is if they want help being featured on something for free to give their business value. And this is going to, again, position me as the expert authority leader in giving lots of value before I ask for anything in return. And when you learn how to do that for your business, you will get a lot more engagement and responses. So what happens after that? So we send this email to a ton of people. Then what? Do we just like watch our inbox and wait for people to reply? You could, or here's what you do in Genie Rocket. So the first step is an email. We write that email. The second step is a wait step, and we say wait for contact reply to this email, right? So they're just going to sit there and do nothing until it waits for their reply. That's the wait step. Then we add this condition. The condition is going to say after they reply, if the replied message contains one, we're going to have an interested branch. In the interested plus featured branch, we're just adding a branch right here. We're saying if the replied message contains two, that's it. If the replied message contains one, or if the replied message contains two, and guess what? Boom, it now separates it out. So what is this doing? It's saying, send this email, wait for them to reply. If they reply one, take them down this path. If they reply two, take them down this path. If they do nothing, do nothing. And this isn't going to happen because these people in here aren't going to move until they reply. So here's what happens. If they reply one, they get a tag called podcast listener interest. I can then go back to later and send emails and filter out. It's then going to wait 2 minutes, and it's going to send them this email. Notice I'm using the RE response before the email, so it feels like a reply to the initial one. And it's going to say, got it. Thanks, first name. By the way, what are some other podcasts you listen to? PS, your private community invite is on its way. Boom, that's automated. So it's going to continue the conversation just to say, great, hey, you're interested in listening to the podcast. That's awesome. By the way, what other podcasts do you listen to? I'm really curious. I want to know. And it's going to then wait 5 minutes, and it's going to automatically invite them to our BAM group, which is also built inside of Genie Rocket. So value, value, value. Hey, do you want to be on my podcast, or do you want to listen to it? Reply one, boom, I just want to listen. Cool. Thanks for your interest. By the way, what other podcasts do you listen to? And I'm going to give you free access to my group. Done. If they reply number two, it gives them the tag podcast guest interest. So now again, I can filter that for later when I'm ready to start doing guests. It's going to wait 2 minutes. It's then going to send the email with the RE, want to be featured on my new business growth podcast, which is the name of the original email. So it kind of branches that together, or at least visually they know these go together. It says, got it. Thanks for your interest in being on the new podcast, first name. What's a topic you'd like to share with my audience of other entrepreneurs? P.S. Your private community invite is on its way. Wait 5 minutes, invite to the community. That's it. That's it. So takes a few minutes to set up, but once you have this set up, the beauty of this is you can have a huge value added message going to your list and audience. And then based on the reply, you have a next step already built. And then PS, I'm going to give you extra value, all that's built. So this person went from, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, to, hey, I want to give you something free. Just tell me how you want it or how I can help you. And then based on their response, they're getting another value add like, hey, thanks, another question so I can help you more. And then another value add is like, hey, by the way, I'm also going to add you to my community with more value. So think about that for your business, and then you can easily set something like that up inside of a simple automation. And you can go deeper. You can say, if they respond to this and it's positive versus negative, go here. You can keep building this out. This is just an example of a really simple one to start with. So you can start thinking about, how do you add value to your customer list? And if you're wondering maybe like, hey, what is this community thing and how do I get one for myself? The beauty is inside of Genie Rocket, you can actually create your own community for free, and you can also monetize that community. So inside of here, we're going to click on Course Builder on the left-hand side. You can create your own course. So if we go into communities and groups, courses and community. So community, I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll also show you what a course looks like inside of it. So if we go into community here, and you can create your own community. This is the spot that's kind of think of like a Facebook group, but it's private. So it's your brand, it's your message, it's your content, um, all of these things, right? So you can see I've got 2,500 members in here. You get to put in your own graphics, choose your own color scheme here. And this is where I add ongoing value, right? So if you take a look at this, it's new free resource, the ultimate follow-up script, how to fill your calendar with leads, new free training, people saying there's so much value in here, people introducing themselves, a free event this Friday, how to grow or start your podcast, um, new video gift alert, local revenue web shop, free training, your shortcut to lead. So this is just full of free value and we give it away. And the whole idea here, guys, like why we do this is if people get your free stuff, they're going to trust you more and know that, hey, if I pay you for anything, it's probably going to be even better than this. And we've already built goodwill and trust. And it's just taking that next step. It's the same concept of just going on a date with someone before you marry them, right? Like you don't just jump in. You want to say like, hey, let's spend some time together. Let's actually like hang out, get to know each other before we do a big commitment. This is the same thing. Like, hey, you're going to get a feel for what we do. You might love it. You might hate it. Um, that's okay. But if you do love it, you're probably going to be a great client for us and we should work together. So this is how you can build that. And again, you can do it all inside of Genie Rocket with your subscription. And you can even monetize this. You can make a group that's a paid group if you've got expert information. And then you can even create courses in here. So you can create courses that you offer to your group. You can have leaderboards where you get to see all the information of people that are engaging and posting. There's a lot of amazing stuff that you can do within here. But that's it for today, guys. I didn't want to take up too much of your time, but I hope that you found that, excuse me, very helpful. With really the main takeaway here is how you value stack. Continue to add value before you ask for a sale, and that will get you far. I'll catch you guys.